going through one of each. So one of NBA 2K20 franchise edition. And then we're going to switch over back to football. Cool.
The tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday
This time
night.
we're wearing
With Dorisberg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we welcome in someone who has been writing and communicating NBA basketball thoughts in book, over the air, in podcasts, and on TV, the terrific Bill Simmons. Bill, great to have.
And now for somebody who's playing a video game at 3 in the morning. That's my next.
Thank
That's
you
the
very
next
much.
phase for me.
But isn't this a great venue for
This
it?
is great.
I know.
This is great. They're half asleep. My voice is waking them up. I'm excited.
Bill Simmons is terrific.
Yeah. Wake up. I'm talking to you.
Hey, Dave.
Guys, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for his play calling. Ron James said he has so many different wrinkles. You've got to keep your head on a swivel. He'll run something you've never seen before. But Stevens said, honest to God, I've stolen everything we've ever done from somebody else.
Good. True.
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. And here in Boston, Bill, the place where you received your master's degree in journalism. Talk about the Celtics at that time in the early to mid-90s.
Well, Larry Bird retired. Kevin McHale retired. They knocked the Boston Garden down. We were in the lottery for a bunch of years. It was a terrible decade, Kevin. Thanks for asking.
But still a Boston fan, true and true, right? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I grew up, we were doing well, then we weren't doing well, and now we're doing great again. That's
It's
the team
time
of
for
the future.
the maroon and gold.
And now Washington starting group.
It's time for
They got the magician. Lavert out there with garbage
orange.
man. And it's Smith. And it's Prince in its center. And for the Celtics. And Van Vliet out there with Alan Crabb. Then it's Barrett. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Griffin in at the four-man position. Now here's Griffin. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Toronto. And Bill, of the championships you've watched the Celtics win, do you have a favorite?
I do, actually. 1984, came back against the Lakers in the Kevin McHale clothesline game. Brought them back to the Garden for Game 5. It was so hot Kareem had to wear the oxygen mask. And then finished him off in Game 7.
Rambis was the recipient of that clothesline,
He was.
Yes.
And he deserved it. It's not like he didn't deserve it. But the Celtics were just tougher that year, and I try to forget that the next year they came back and beat the Celtics.
Bro, where's the foul?
Here's Boston now. Stolen
Okay.
away.
Passing. Okay.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Nice shot by Smith. You know, Bill, a bevy of talent for the Celtics last season. How close were they to meeting your expectations?
They were about as close as I am living in LA to Boston. They were 3,000 miles away. It was an emotionally scarring season. I hated it. I didn't enjoy it, and it was a huge disappointment. Other than that, it was fun.
Yeah, but it was painful almost, wasn't it?
When you have a team that you have all these assets, you can't figure out how those assets can come together as an actual basketball team.
That's I'll take it.
Yet again, this
I'll
is why
take
we
it.
have basketball. It's not just about the players; it's about how
I'll
they
take
mesh
the
together.
foul.
That team did not mesh.
Seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract, Bill. By and large, how do you see those deals working out?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. You know, it's so much
And
money.
I missed
it's
one.
such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen
Come
was
on.
the worst case scenario of it, but the situation Charlotte was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team, and
Those
now
three pros
his
are...
Supermax is $240 million instead of
Get it?
180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year for
Okay, at least I'm making for the...
it's just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are in this position with Giannis, where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team around?
You can't maneuver.
You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like $32 million or something. Make it so that it's not
A
prohibitive.
percentage of the
That's
total.
me.
Yeah, make his cap figure
That's
is
good.
32. Even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people could compete better.
Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against Charlotte. Van Vliet passes to Capella. He kicks to Crabb. Knocks it loose. Clock at 4. Here's Gray. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Come on.
And there's the foul, and it's on Garbage Man.
Just one.
That's his first foul. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Shot clock at 5. And here we go. Washington fast break. Another one falls for Washington.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
And so it's Washington holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, we will.
For Clint Capella, spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
As a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I would say that's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
So on the floor for Washington, we've got Kaminsky, garbage man out there with the Wizard. Then it's Fresh, and it's Montgomery, and it's the 3 spot. Curry kicks to Plumlee. Back to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Beasley. Puts up a 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. For 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Carmelo to end the run. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and defensively, boy, did they trust one another. Communicated well and just made it very difficult to get good looks in that one.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position, help was on the way.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means we got to get you back here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, Doris, you read most reporters, they try to stay impartial, but not Bill Simmons.
I think that's what makes him special, Kevin, right? He has his own lens through which he sees things, and he is unafraid to give you his opinion.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
And the Flames with some changes. Prez comes in for Fresh, and it's Waiters in for Garbage Man. So it's Boston now. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation. And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
You look at the magician. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Plumlee. Blake Griffin comes in for Michael Beasley. Barrett's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Seth Curry. Kaminsky finds Waiters. Stolen by VanVleet. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. That's tipped. And so Washington again turning it over. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Tipped away.
We'll take that back.
Waiters. Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Boston shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And Griffin no good on that one.
A tenacious forward with high energy. It's clear that Griffin is still capable of throwing down a double-double.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Here's VanVleet. That one off the back iron and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And so it's Washington with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we'll be right back after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Taking a look at the Flames. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like? Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seem to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count.
83%. Nice deal.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Garbage Man.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Griffin is out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Alan Crabb. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Barrett at the small forward position. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. To the inside. And the rejection by Smith. Here's Dean.
Yes, I'll take the foul.
So he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
In the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
They recover it. Smith outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Crabb. Defense right on him. Barrett with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Well, that's about the long reach of Karis LeVert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Now here's Crabb. LeVert defending. And here is VanVleet. On the money from 12 feet away.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by Washington.
A nice shot by LeVert.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Capella against Prince. Down to 5 on the shot clock. VanVleet. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Washington, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Now here's Crabb. The 3. It's rebounded by Gray. Gray's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct. Just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's Washington holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll return shortly. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Games like this, you find out what you can take with you. Right? So no matter what, we come all the way back and get over the top, that's great, okay? But we're taking something from this quarter regardless. Play the right way all the way through.
Well, he wants his guys to just play their game.
And Brad Stevens is a realist. Kevin, he knows even if they don't get this win that it's huge that his guys at least learn something from this game.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So on the floor for Washington, Prez out there with Carter. And it's Garbage Man. And there's Deion Waiters. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Kaminsky.
Yeah,
Carter's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Flames. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great footwork. And we are coaches, don't we talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position
now he
is
got
one of the great
PSP.
scorers. He's a
He got
clutch
PSP
shooter.
robbed.
He doesn't go to the
And now there's a
free throw
foul
line
on top
and
of
it's
everything.
because he's so elusive, can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots.
Now there's a
DeMar
foul on
DeRozan
top.
gets separation with incredible footwork, and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
Oh, I love those names. You're so right.
Two.
It's fun to watch. What a skill. James checked in for Washington. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
So close to
I think
getting
it'll
another
be
takeaway.
close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is,
God
number
dang
one,
it.
there were so many fewer teams
Yeah.
back then for
So
Bill Russell. In no
close.
way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure. But
Get
it's
outta
very
here.
tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching.
But why there's no foul?
There's just so much more information in the
Why
current
there's no
era.
foul in it?
Here's Carter.
Thank you. I'll take another foul. There we go.
That free throw, no good.
Yep.
Austin May going to switch here.
Yeah.
Cephalosha's checked in. So he comes up
Wow,
empty.
empty.
And
Empty.
here's Cephalosha. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Curry passes to Cephalosha. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No contact. How is it possible?
Cephalosha will be at the line shooting two.
No good on that one.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get
The most
any
tougher
Coach of the
team
Year votes 2 seasons
in
ago.
the
Think
NBA.
about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Flames.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Garbage Man.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Beasley outside. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Muscala, the pass to Cephalosha. And they get it. And get the layup. From deep three-point range.
Okay, that's all. We got the rebound.
Now the pass to Waiters.
Whoops.
From deep, the long-distance three is buried.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Now here's Beasley. He's covered closely. Here's Muscala. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David
But don't go away.
the rest of our terrific crew,
We're going to be seeing the Cardinals play
thanks
next.
for watching. See you later.
So stay tuned, everyone. All right.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Since the team worked hard.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And on tap tonight, it's Miami going up against Philadelphia. Checking out the 76ers. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. With Brett Brown guiding the Sixers, they've gone from bottom dweller to contender. A roster once devoid of talent, now loaded with star power.
Be careful what you ask for. Big expectations for this team right now. And some pretty big personalities to go along with it.
Yeah, when it comes to competing for a title, it's tough. And you have to rely not just on talent that's so young. But it's better to have those problems if you're Philadelphia.
Here's Kevin Harlan as we get set for the tip.
Up next. So here it is. I had to mute the music to avoid copyrighted. We have Dan Leonard and the 76ers. Sixers taking on Rex Montgomery and the era and the Miami Cardinals. Next.
It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Sixers coach Brett Brown helped build this team from ground zero. There were some lean years in Philly, but Brown helped set the values and the culture for this team. Brown said, can you teach? Can you cultivate relationships? And do you bring energy? Those three qualities are what I've hoped to create throughout my tenure here. Kevin, mission accomplished.
He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. Taking a look at Philadelphia. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And, of course, Miami, just a couple spots back.
And right now for Miami, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the year's gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
Abundantly clear. I mean, they can compete with any team in the league, and I think they still have some upside, room for improvement.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got Damian Lillard. Bagley is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hayward, and it's Clarkson in at the 2 spot. And for Miami, Moss is out there with Perez. Then it's G, then there's the prodigy, and it's Looney in at the 5.
Hey, yo, get on Dave.
Here's Lillard. Pass to Hayward.
Who's watching him?
Left side, Bagley. Kicks it to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3. In transition, here comes Miami. Second chance shot. Towns with the defensive effort. Clarkson passes to Hayward. Kept alive. Here's the prodigy. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Magic in Orlando. Miami no good on that time either. And so Clarkson will bring it up for the 76ers.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing
That's a
outside
foul,
the
by the way.
off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
First free throw is good.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Here's the prodigy. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Shot from 12.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Clarkson passes to Lillard. A three-pointer, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The pass to Barry. Here's Chapman. And he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Towns. Lillard outside. Back to Towns. Shoots. Another miss by Philadelphia.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
32 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
That's
A miss that time would have put him up.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Hayward outside. Back to Towns. And it's Miami with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers.
Now, okay, now the Cardinals have the lead. Not by much, though. At least they got something.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right
And Philadelphia cannot respond with the free.
So far, as we finish the first quarter, Cardinals lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
I got a
All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I've been away for a while.
I want to be the best player I've ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day, never take no days for granted.
His coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort, defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Prodigy is out there with easy breezy.
Right.
Then there's Carter. Then there's
I know
Fred.
they scored
And it's
too.
Mooney in at the 5 spot. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
And Philadelphia cannot get anything.
Well, it was Miami winning their last game against Orlando. Chapman.
And now they got a solid lead.
Outstanding play, working the size of this match right at the rim.
Up by 6. Not bad.
For the 76ers. They trail by 6. Ariza
Dragic.
outside. And the call is going to...
And what happened?
Yes, it is.
Illegal screen.
Clark, you were so prolific and so many...
And now illegal screen. No fouls on the
I think
team.
the rebounding piece, I always had a
And
knack
that's
for
instant
sniffing out
turnover.
missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside.
So close.
He drummed to my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it. It served me well during my playing career.
And there it is for him. Towns has got his first 2 points of the night.
That's just a beautiful move by Towns, Kevin. I mean, really, he's got such a versatile skill set. There with the plus handles, man, he's got a lot to work with.
Parks passes to Hamilton. It's stolen by Bradley.
Now the Cardinals getting themselves robbed.
Ariza goes in.
Ariza cannot get it.
Good work defensively by Carter.
Parks. Oh, wow. Jackman.
A lot of fire now. They had a tough start in that first quarter. Didn't shoot it well.
Pushing back by 6.
And now they're showing what they can do offensively.
Passes it to Bradley.
Uh-oh. Ball
is stolen by Prez.
The backspin come out.
One-on-one fast break.
Hamilton.
Here's Hamilton. Dragic with
Imagine
some nice
that could be a foul.
The 76ers trail by 6.
Of course they trail by 6.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second
Not
quarter.
being claustrophobic.
Pass to Bradley. Over Parks.
Can they get on the board? Of course they cannot. So
For
far.
Miami, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter. 3 of 6.
Can they stop more by getting fouled?
He scores and he's off the schneid with that basket. 1 for 7 on a tough night for him.
Guys, that's just really
Yeah,
unstoppable.
a tough night for the 76ers.
Ton of matchup problems for whomever.
It's out of bounds. It's even way worse.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Yeah, that's even worse for the 76ers. It's even more bizarre. 76ers in the hurry. I mean, the Cardinals.
So it's Miami holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Looking at Miami. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times they kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, obviously, they were
takes the
outshot.
cake.
I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Why don't you put it on the web?
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. If you look at Prez in this game, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far.
All right,
We're halfway
the
through the
Cardinals
game.
still got the ball.
Cardinals leading by 8. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Damian Lillard out there with Clarkson. Then there's Marvin Bagley.
Oh,
then there's Towns.
big mistake for the 76ers. He should go in the middle.
Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with
And
it.
now they're down by 10. They became a scoring man.
Keep the pressure on him.
Good on the shot.
So that's
You know,
one.
Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's Parks. And
They
another
need
basket
more
for
than
Miami.
one. Push it back up by
Big
10.
lead. He remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Lillard outside. Over G.
Over G,
And
he's
yep,
done
finally
it.
drops after rolling around the rim.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as well. Players voicing support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
1:36 left in the third quarter of the game.
He can't get that free.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Clock at 6. Looney passes to Berry. From outside the arc.
That's all.
Towns pulls it down. Towns has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And, you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that. I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
And Miami making a change here. Warren's checked in, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Towns. Hartz. Rebound collected by Clarkson.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the third.
A foul on top of
the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Taking 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Carter, he's checked in for the Cardinals. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
The 76ers trail by 8. Shot from 12. And that one's good. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Warren with the ball. Over Bagley. Warren, good. Warren's got his first points of the night. And so it's Miami holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be back with you shortly. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen to Coach Brett Brown.
Just what we said, though. Exactly what we said. We guarded. Defended, we got stops, we came up with plays. That's all we got right now. That's all we got right now. Take it.
And you can tell defense is very important to Coach.
Kevin, Coach Brown loves effort. And now let's see if they can find themselves on offense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. They've got Warren. She is out there with easy breezy. Then there's Carter. And it's Chapman in at the 5, down low. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Hamilton the pass to Chapman. Good ball movement here by Miami. Goes back up. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Hayward outside. Back to Lillard. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Here's Bagley. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And we saw this from Bagley in college. He has very good touch around the rim.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chapman's shot is off. The 76ers trail by 3. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Here's G. He kicks to Warren. He dishes it to Carter. Here's Hamilton. Here's Chapman. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior. He gets the easy putback.
And the 76ers call time here. They're behind by 5. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter.
And he's grabbed this game with both hands and just never let it go. I mean, he scored a huge percentage of their points. He hadn't been the main guy for them. He's been the only guy for them.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Looney's checked in for T.J. Warren. Moss comes in for Carter. And it's the prodigy in for Hamilton. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team. He told him this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up.
Chapman again. After he named player of the game.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Here's Towns. No good that time. And it's Miami the other way. They've led by as much as 10. To the wing on the left. Here's Montgomery. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so Lillard will bring it up for Philadelphia. 7-point differential. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because
except
he takes
the Cardinals
a ton of
go
pride
away.
in what he does on defense.
I could feel more
Clearly,
buckets.
he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Hayward kicks to Clarkson.
He could not get it down. No, nothing on him.
Now Brez.
He's trying to run out of clock. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that works out brilliantly.
A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
And the Cardinals defeated undefeated Philadelphia.
Built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
The Cardinals' next home game is against the Washington Flames.
Break it down like this.